So the City dressing room is just down there. You can see Liam there. This is kind of the underneath of the tunnel. And then walking out. Walking out of the tunnel, here we are. Lots of people milling around as you'd expect. Into the arena, which is, I've got to say, like I said before, it's really, really smart. That corner over there that you can see with all the kind of barriers up in front of it, that is the away section in the Turkish Super League. Hull City dugout is just down there. Looking back up to where we'll be sitting in just a few minutes. The presidential suite is right at the front. That's where Ajun will be sitting to watch the game a little later on. Plenty of Hull City branding on the LED boards going around, advertising the third kit sale, advertising the membership, which you might just be able to see popping around just about now. So that's where we are. And of course you can follow the game with our live blog, Wi-Fi permitting. Hopefully we have more success than when we were here last summer with City and the Galatasaray game, which was an absolute nightmare. So fingers crossed it works better this time. Hello from Corendon Airlines Park in beautiful Antalya. This is the home of Antalyaspor, and I'm going to say it's a really, really nice stadium, really smart. Fairly unusual in how it's built. It's a brand new stadium, holds 33,000. I guess there'll be, what, judging by the amount of people here, probably at 500 or so here. Of course, 100 fans from Hull City will be in attendance. The team news has landed. There's a first start for Ivo Pandor, so we'll get a look at him. Billy Sharp starts, so does Aaron Connolly. Ozan Tufan, which will make the locals very, very happy. I've been keen to get pictures with him. It's also an opportunity for players like Greg Doherty to get some minutes. Sean McLaughlin starts as well. We expect he will start over Easter, given the suspension to Jacob Greaves. But it's an opportunity for the players to get some minutes into their legs, which will be welcome ahead of Good Friday against Stoke City. So you can follow the game live on the website. There was also a pre-match press conference held at the hotel earlier on with Ajun, with Tan, Louis Coyle, Ozan Tufan and Liam Rosenia. That was followed by a fan Q&A with the owner, the vice chairman and the manager. So there'll be plenty to read about that, and you can follow the game live as always on the website. So here we are at Corendon Park, the home of Antalyaspor, where in a little while Hull City will be taking on Curacao and Juninho Bacuna, the Birmingham player, for what feels like the 50th time this season. Beautiful stadium, I have to say. It is really, really nice. And there's a young chap there desperate for the shirt of Billy Sharp. City's players over there just milling around, taking in their surroundings. Those on there. This ground is called Corendon Airlines Park, of course, the sponsors of Antalyaspor and Hull City as well. Lovely, isn't it? So full time here at Corendon Airlines Park, and Hull City have been beaten by a goal to nil against Curacao. Rangelo Janga with the goal 10 minutes before half time. Settled a pretty dour friendly, if I'm honest, and those of you that have watched football for a long time will know that friendlies can often be quite frustrating to watch. They can be quite boring. You don't really know what to take from them, and I guess that is, you would put that game into that bracket firmly. City were fairly low key all afternoon. Ozan Tufan had a really good chance in the first couple of minutes, which the goalkeeper made a great save. The next shot on goal took an hour to come, well over an hour, when Greg Doherty had a shot from the edge of the box, and then Billy Sharp came close with a flick effort from the near post, which the goalkeeper saved well. But apart from that, nothing really to speak of. Liam Rosenia will say it was a useful opportunity to get minutes into a lot of players. It was Aaron Connolly's first 90 minutes for a long time. Ollie Green came on, so did Rocco Coyle. Brandon Fleming played as well. So Terrell Sellers-Fleming, he will take positives from this game. If I'm pushed, I would say that there weren't too many out there that have staked a claim for Good Friday. I think that is what they would have seen it as. I think a lot of the players playing this afternoon would have been hoping to make a claim and put themselves in the shop window for the remaining games in the Championship. I'm not sure too many did. If that wasn't the exercise, if it was purely a fitness exercise, well then, you know, that is exactly what they've achieved. They've got 90 minutes into a lot of players. Sean McLaughlin was another. He captained the side, got 90 minutes into him. He will, you think, play on Good Friday and Easter Monday at Leeds, given the suspension to Jacob Greaves. There were no Tufan played, you know, just over an hour before he came off. But if you look at the other players that we would expect to start against Stoke City, there weren't too many. Well, there were none of those on the pitch. Ivor Pandor, we got 90 minutes into him. He looked good. He made some good saves. A couple of nervy moments early on again, which is completely natural. But there was no Greavesy, there was no Fabio Carvalho, there was no Giles, there was no Zaruri. So those key players, of course, you've got a lot of international players away. Jayden Tyler, Mika Seri. So it was pretty much, apart from Ozan Tufan, a team made up of players that are either young players or players that have been on the periphery and kind of been bench players for a lot of the season. So that kind of rounds off the week now. City's players will have a day off on Friday. They will spend that with some team bonding activities, and then they'll fly back to England on Saturday. And I'm sure those City fans that were here will have enjoyed the experience, if not so much the game. And as I said at the top, it is a friendly. I think I always urge caution to not get too wound up over performances and results, because I know some people will read an awful lot into this and think, crikey, we've lost to a team like, with respect, Caracau, a team ranked 91st in the FIFA rankings. But as I said before, it is a friendly. It is all about getting fitness for those players that don't play regularly, and that's exactly what has happened.